Welcome back to day 3 of the 100 horror films in 31 days. Had to switch computers. I have my computer upstairs in my movie room was acting up, so I'm shooting in the office today. But anyway, I got in 3 films yesterday. First up is The Severed Arm. This is a Vinegar Syndrome release from 1973, directed by Tom Alderman. And I think it's his only directorial film. His debut directorially and his only film. It's a really good low budget independent horror film. It stars Paul Carr, who was born in New Orleans and went on to do a bunch of TV shows, including Star Trek, and he did all kinds of TV shows. I mean, he was almost in everything in the 70s. Anyway, he and some others, including an actor named Gannon, who was actually helped fund the movie, play these guys that go down in this mine. And it's never quite clear why they're in the mine. They're exploring the mine, maybe they're looking for gold, whatever, but the bottom line is it caves in, crashes, and they're stuck in this mine for what appears to be a couple weeks. And they end up coming up with the idea of cannibalizing body parts to survive. And that's the storyline. Of course, as soon as they do the first body part, they're saved, they're rescued. And of course, the guy that loses the body part's not too happy about what happened and is looking to get revenge. That's the story, and it's a great little independent horror film. Very well acted, great atmosphere, good pacing. So I give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic. I really liked it. And I've seen it more than once now. This Vinegar Syndrome release has an interview with the producer, and that's really about it. I wish they'd had an audio commentary. That would have been great, because I really liked it. All right, next up is 1946's The Spiral Staircase, directed by Robert Siodmak, who's did a bunch of crime noir. He was a prolific director in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and he did a lot of films like this. This is a very good film, very good film. It's not necessarily horror in the sense; it's more like a murder mystery, crime noir. It's about Ethel Barrymore, she's a woman, ailing woman, and she's got all these inheritance that is at stake. And of course, that sets up the scene for a lot of greed. You've got 2 brothers that are very malevolent, acting very suspicious, and then you've got a mute helper that lives there. And so, with that kind of cast of characters, you've got an interesting storyline. It's very gothic. Siodmak, of course, is German, and he obviously was influenced by Karl Freund. Very gothic atmosphere, beautifully shot, a lot of interesting angles. It's really kind of almost like a giallo film in a way, without all the blood and gore. Obviously, this is 1946, but very good stuff. Great cast. Oh, I forgot. Elsa Lancaster's in this too. This is a great cast. Can't beat this one. I definitely recommend this. This is a Kino release. I liked it so much I actually listened to the audio commentary, which was okay. It wasn't great. Nothing memorable about that. But yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. Spiral Staircase. And then finally, I finished up with Ghost of Frankenstein. So almost through with the Frankenstein set here. Ghost of Frankenstein, of course, stars Lon Chaney donning the makeup of the monster, and it's also got Bela Lugosi returning as Igor. And it's a good film. It's short, 67 minutes. Chaney, I'm not sure Chaney looks all that great in the monster makeup, but he definitely gives the monster a different aura of power. Stylistically, the way he presents himself on the screen, and his movements and all. He's a much more powerful, menacing monster as opposed to Karloff. Not that Karloff wasn't menacing, but I think Chaney brought a lot more of a more power looking to the role. But he didn't look as good in the makeup, nearly as good as Boris did. This time, it actually picks right up right after Son of Frankenstein. Igor finds the monster encased in the tar, the sulfur pit that he fell into in Son of Frankenstein, and gets him out of that. And then obviously he goes in search of some Frankenstein relative, right, to resuscitate the monster, and so he can start doing his evil work. Good stuff. Lionel Atwell's in this, and he plays a menacing doctor as well. It's a breezy 60 minutes, nothing special, but it's certainly, at this point with the Frankenstein series, I think Universal decided at that point to turn these into more of a money-making programmers, quickies, low-budget quickies. So you can tell a big difference and drop-off from the first three films when you get to Ghost. But having said that, it's still a fun ride. I enjoy it a lot. No special features on the film other than unfortunately. I wish these Universal keeps releasing these things and re-releasing them in 4K and Blu-ray but they don't really do anything with the special features. I wish they'd have done something more with it. But it is what it is. All right, that's going to do it for day 3, and I appreciate you watching.